Chapter 4 Safety and First Aid. Let's learn about road safety, fire safety, first aid. Accidents happen suddenly and cause physical injury. They usually happen when we are careless. You must be careful at home, at school, in the playground and on the road. Most accidents can be avoided if we are careful. Let us learn more about safety and first aid. Road safety. Road safety is of prime importance. Everybody need to follow safety rules on the road because an accident on the road can hurt many people. Both drivers and pedestrians need to obey the traffic policemen and traffic signs. Traffic signs are road signs that help to regulate traffic and reduce road accidents. One way, no entry, no parking, school ahead, no U-turn, overtaking prohibited, no horn, speed limit, road signs. Fire safety. A fire can be caused due to different reasons, some of which are listed below. Carelessness while handling burning matchsticks, candles, etc. Electrical faults. Accidents while cooking and gas leakage in the kitchen. Fire hazards can be prevented by following some simple rules. Infobed. Helmet reduce fatal and serious head injuries by up to 45%. Electrical appliances and wiring should be checked regularly for faults. Synthetic clothes like nylon should not be worn while handling fire or while cooking. This is because synthetic clothes catch fire rapidly. In case of a gas leak, all doors and windows should be opened. One should not strike a match or operate any electrical switches in such a case. This is because electrical switches generate sparks while being switched on or off. Faulty gas pipes should also be replaced. Do and don'ts in case of a gas leak. Other safety measures. A fire can be put out by the following methods. In case of a major fire, example that in a building, the nearest fire station should be informed. Firefighters normally put out fires with the help of their fire engines. Small fires can be put out using a special instrument called the fire extinguisher. Fire caused due to electrical faults is never put out using water. That is because electricity can flow through water. Such fires are put out using sand or the fire extinguisher. Fire from petrol is also put out by sand, fire extinguisher. Is the technique to adopt if our clothes catch fire. We must stop, drop down and roll on the ground till the fire gets put out. A thick blanket or water can also be used to put out the fire on the clothes of a person. First aid. Imagine a situation when you find one of your friends is bleeding profusely from his nose. Your first reaction will be to take your friend to a doctor. Till you reach a doctor, your friend will continue to suffer. You can help him a little more to relieve him from the pain he is suffering from by providing him some immediate care. This immediate care and first help given to him in case of an emergency is called the first aid. First aid box. Preparing a first aid box is the first step towards preparing oneself for an emergency care. A first aid box should include the following things: bandages, thermometer, sticking tape, cotton, crepe bandages, gauze, scissors, disinfectant like Dettol, Savlon, etc., an antiseptic cream like Bernol, etc., some antibiotics and painkillers. Let us learn about some first aid tips. First aid for burns. Treatment of burns depends on how severe they are. A minor burn caused by hot milk or coffee, household appliances such as iron is called scald. A first degree burn causes the skin to become dry, red and painful. Sunburn is an example of a first degree burn. A second degree burn involves blistering of the skin. For first aid, the area with minor burn should be soaked in cold water by placing it under running tap water or by covering the area with a cold wet towel. Ice or butter can be applied on the burn. A sterile dressing can be placed over the burn area. Washing the affected area. Putting ice. Dressing. First aid. First aid for fractures. Any break or crack in the bone is called a fracture. The fractured bone causes a lot of pain. The affected area may swell up and the person will not be able to move the fractured part. Follow these steps for first aid in case of fracture. The person with fractured bone should not be moved. The patient should be calmed and made comfortable and then call or go to the doctor immediately. Fracture in arm. Tie a splint to give support to the broken bone if the fracture is in arms or legs. The fractured arm can be supported by a sling. Infobit. Sling is a piece of cloth tied around the neck to support the broken arm. First aid for animal bites. Wash the area of an animal bite thoroughly. First aid for animal bites. The most common animal bites are caused by pets like cats, monkeys and dogs. Animal bites can cause a disease called rabies. The risk of rabies is high if bitten by stray animals. In case of an animal bite, wash the wound with running water and cover it with a clean bandage. Take the patient to the doctor immediately. For bee stings, apply a paste of baking soda or toothpaste. For wasp stings, apply vinegar or lemon juice. First aid for poisoning. Certain things in our house are poisonous. For example, nail polish, naphthalene balls, paints, detergents and some medicines. Typical symptoms include nausea, vomiting, abdominal cramping and diarrhea. In case of any kind of poisoning, try to make the victim vomit. Then rush the victim to the doctor. Naphthalene balls. Key points. In case of a gas leak, all doors and windows should be opened. One should not strike a match or operate any electrical switches. In case of a major fire, the nearest fire station should be informed. Fire caused due to electrical faults and petrol are never put out using water. In case of accidents, first aid should be given to the injured person immediately.